Peace, peace, peace. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know, it's your boy Vic Slain Hope, and I got another video for you. On this video, I'm going to be talking about the Diddy and Cassie situation. Yes, a lot of people are talking about it. I've been in some conversation, I've been in some rooms, and yeah, it's also been a while since I made a video. But we're gonna get into this, right? And listen here, they'll come in here trying to crucify me, right? They'll come in here, you know, with your trigger self, okay? I'm just having dialogue, right? And I'm not saying Diddy did it or he didn't do it. It's not really none of my business. But I'm also not going to act as if I got all the facts just because of some stuff that's out there, right? Some stuff that the media has put out there. I don't really fully trust the media. I definitely don't trust the courts. I don't, because I know better. Some of you don't know better, right? So when you hear news, you get triggered. You start reliving your own experience or how you've been violated or sexually abused or traumatized or whatever they done to you, right? And this is what happens. People listen to things through their trigger ears and they pick sides. So I just want to share a few things. If he did do that stuff though, I wanna add this now, like, then yeah, man, maybe may she get some type of justice, and you know, may she heal from the stuff if it is true. I'm actually really a person that, like, I understand how stuff works, right? Especially when it comes to court proceedings. That I know a lot of times they say allegedly and innocent to proven guilty, but a lot of times you guilty way before you can even prove your innocence, right? And the crazy thing, in some cases, when people are innocent, right, and it gets proven later on, the damage is already done. But like I said, if he did do some of those things, that she's alleging, then may she get the healing that she deserves. So one of the things that people kept talking about was age, right? They kept talking about age, and this is a thing. Like, people oftentimes make excuses for your age, right? They blame the stupid decisions that we make on age. Then they love running with the line like, oh, you know, the brain is not fully developed till you're 25. And, you know, they make all these dumbass arguments, right? First of all, anybody could be manipulated at any age. There's no age barrier for you being manipulated by somebody who is very savvy when it comes to manipulation, right? Another thing I want to add, they said she was 19, whatever, it's 18, 19, right? 17 when they met, 19 when he started dating her. One, I want to say this, like, men have been dating younger women for eons. I know some of y'all not going to like it. It is what it is. Like, this is not no new phenomenon. I'm not here to say whether it makes it right or wrong. That's on you. In some societies, when a person reaches puberty, right, they become an adult and they start to walk them through life into getting ready to be wives and be husbands, right? America might be one of the only places where we baby our children, right? We baby them all the way to, like, they in their 1920s, and then we wonder why they are inadequate human beings when they get older, because we want to baby them. We want to run with this narrative of, you still a baby. You ever heard somebody say, oh, that person is 20 years old, and they'd be like, you still a baby. You 22, or you still a baby. You got your whole life. This is how we raise our children in our society. While other societies, right, we're wondering why other societies, right, the children, they're more proficient in school, they're doing different things. Why do you think a lot of our stuff is built by other people? America is recruiting in other countries engineers, scientists, all type of different people, because the own people here, we don't have the same drive. Because in those countries, by a certain age, they're already teaching their children, like, you a young adult now. Give them responsibilities, give them all these different things, right? While here, oh, you know, the brain isn't fully developed till you're 25. And we baby people to, like, they're damn near mid-20s, almost 30 sometimes. But anyway, the age factor, back to the age factor. Let's not act. See, a lot of times, they just want to put this on the man. Like, oh, he's a creep, he's a this, he's a that, X, Y, Z. Like I already mentioned, historically, men have always dated younger women, right? And that mainly has to do with, like, for reproduction. The medical field will even tell you like it's easier to have children when you're younger. Of course, some of y'all gonna come here trigger. My grandmother have one of her kids at 67. Listen, I don't care about the outlier situations. So what I'm trying to get at is that there's a reason why men usually date younger women. Now, I'm not talking about underage women. I'm not talking about the legal age. But since we're talking about the legal age, this woman was 17, and whatever state she was legal, right? So when people hear that, they'll be like, "Yeah, but she was still 17." It's like, yo, one moment we want to go by the law, then the next moment we want to go by moral logic and a whole bunch of other shit, right? Like, either we gonna go by the law or we not gonna go by the law. But y'all gotta make up your mind. Another thing is, in this country at 17, you could go to the army, right? We don't be sitting here saying, oh, they only 17. They don't understand the repercussions. They don't know what they're doing. At 17, you could go to the army. At 18, you could get tobacco. At 21, you can get alcohol, right? So it's so many different ages, even though we're saying that 25. So basically, we're trying to say that people can't really make conscious decisions because their frontal lobe is not fully developed. But yet we allow students to sign out of high school at 17 years old. We allowed you to go to the military at 17 years old. We allowed you to purchase tobacco, things that is going to harm you in the long run, right? At 17 years old. I don't even know how old you got to be to go to the smoke shop. But at 21, you could go drink alcohol, right? And since we claim that you're not fully cognizant of the decisions you're making, we still have the laws in place, right? That allow people to do certain things at a certain age. Yet, for some reason, when it comes to dating, sometimes we want to throw it in there like, oh no, you're too young, you can't really do this. So that the whole age factor thing, at the end of the day, this is all I want to say. At the end of the day, you have to be held accountable. Like you have to be held responsible for the decisions that you make. That's life. She's saying she put up like I said, I don't know. I'm not a nobody side. All I'm saying is, you put up with a certain situation for a long time, right? You put up with a certain situation for 10 years and you was afraid. You would think about this. You was afraid that something might happen to you. So you never came forward, right? Because this is the story that people use. I want y'all to use logic. Don't use your feelings. Don't come on here with your feelings and your trauma. Listen to the logic. You was afraid to come out before. So you waited 10 years and you did this right before, like, what's the word they were saying? She did this right before something expired. You did this right before something expired. You filed, and one day, and by the next day, Friday, you already settled. When you claimed that it was not about the money, she said it was not about the money. It was about bringing awareness so that this doesn't happen to other folks, bringing awareness. And then you don't fully go through with it. You settle. If it's not about the money, then what you settling for? You get what I'm saying? And of course, people gonna make whatever excuse. I'm just saying, like, I just want you to pay attention to the shit that people say and the logic behind shit, right? It's not about the money. It's about bringing awareness. So I guess there's some type of awareness, but he's not found guilty, right? He settles. This could get swept under the rug. Settling does not mean you're guilty. It just means I don't want to hear it. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want people talking about it. I don't want people asking me questions. Like, even though people are going to still pull out their memes, it's still a way to make it go away. Michael Jackson settled. And one of the things Michael Jackson said later on, he said that he regretted settling because a lot of people thought he was a pedophile behind that. A lot of people assumed he was guilty because he gave the money up. And sometimes you got to understand, these people got an asshole full of money. Diddy's a billionaire, like, what's 30 mil? He get, all right, hold that down. Billionaire, like, all right, just shut up. Don't talk about this no more. You get what I'm saying? So I was talking about the age. Like, whatever age you are, listen, at 16 years old, you can go to prison. At 16 years old, you can go to prison. They don't ever say, oh, them kids that get manipulated, see, because this is the story that people be like, she was manipulated, she was young. When you're younger, you can be manipulated. When people ask, like, why do you stay in certain situations, right? Oh, but the manipulation, and and you don't understand, and the Stockholm syndrome. And I'm not trying to make fun of those things. I'm just saying, where is the same grace when young black men, or of color, right? I'm gonna say black men. When young black men get manipulated by older men in the community to go out there and shoot people and kill people and commit crimes and rob people, where is the same grace? Where is the same sentiment for those young men that are being shackled up into jails, packed up like sardines into jail, right? Where's the same sentiment? Why nobody's out here on some outcry like, yo, they didn't understand what they was doing. They was manipulated. They was used. They was abused. It don't be the same sentiment. For some reason, it only applies to our sisters. It never applies to the young men who are being bamboozled and hoodwinked by other older men that are being used. The same older men that use your daughters. But for some reason, again, we don't care about our young boys. We don't. We don't. We don't care about them. And we really don't care about our young sisters either. All this fake outcry online and this womanism shit, and like you come together with a woman that's right or wrong just because she's a woman. Like, again, I'm not saying she's wrong. That's not even about her. But I've seen too many times women just jump on the bandwagon of women just because they're women. They don't even care to really find out what really happened, what is the facts, what is the truth. And I'm gonna tell you, sisters, this, and this is what continues to hurt. When some women come out and stuff is actually true and something actually happened to them, right? Those women that stuff really happened to them, when they really come out and nobody really believes them, it's because there's women that be lying, they be getting caught in their lies. But because there's no accountability, right? Because y'all just be bandwagon jumping and you don't hold those women accountable, or you don't seek to understand what really happened in the situation. You have women out here that get hurt and they don't get believed because there's been countless numbers of others that was caught lying. And back to the age thing. Another thing that is prevalent in our culture is we always put the thing on the man. We always say it's the man that's the creep, it's the man that is this, it's the man that is that. But I recall being in middle school and being in high school and women my age, young girls my age telling me, nah, I don't date dudes my age. I date older men. My man got a car. My man come get me this. My man buy me this. My man do X, Y, Z to me. I remember that. I'm pretty sure some of y'all remember that too. Who put that mindset in them young girls' heads that it was cool to be dating some 24-year-old and you in middle school, high school? I know a girl that was 13 messing with a 24-year-old. And she thought it was cute. She thought it was cute, cool. This is way back. You know what I'm saying? I was a teenager too. She thought it was cute. Riding around in this car, blah, blah, blah. Then he got locked up and she was doing mad stuff for him at 14 years old. But look, there's a problem in our community that we're not addressing. Stop trying to make it seem like it's just the guys that are the creeps. Some of these mothers be grooming their daughters in a certain way. But we don't talk about that. Why? Because again, we get on this bandwagon behind the women. Same thing happened with R. Kelly. Them women, they was grooming their daughters. But nobody talking about that. Why they not in jail? Them women should be locked up. They should be locked up. They should be locked up. So we got to shift this narrative about our young women thinking it's okay. It's cool. I mean, if y'all really want to go hard about the age thing, right? Because don't get on the end when whatever happens or whatever takes place, don't get on the end just talking about they was just manipulated, they was just bamboozled, they was hoodwinked, they was somebody held them against their will. When I personally seen girls running away from home, when I personally seen girls bragging about messing with older men, shit, I was getting curved because I don't date guys my age. So there's an issue in the community. We got to figure out why they have this mindset. Why is this so prevalent in our communities? Because these women are chasing resources, man. They're chasing resources. So when they get with a guy that gets them money, that gets them resources, then we want to be like, yo, oh no, it wasn't her fault. She was held against her will. She was innocent. She was this and that. No, we have to be responsible for whatever decisions that we make. Of course, it doesn't justify whatever happens to those people, but you have to be responsible. You got to be like, you know what? I got into whatever I got into because I was doing wrong, or I made the wrong decisions. I thought I was grown. I left my parents' house. I ran away. I did X, Y, Z. We have to do that. It doesn't negate what the other person did, but at the same time, you have to deal with yourself and be like, you know what, this happened to me because of what my own hands put forward. So that's just kind of like what I wanted to share. I think there's a learning lesson to go around from this situation, not just for everybody, right? People jumping to conclusions, people accusing people crucifying people without getting the full details, but also we should be educating our young women on not being fast, on not on not praising the fact that it's like my man is this or I only date older men. We gotta figure out where is that coming from. And then maybe we can possibly avoid some of these things from happening, right? And we're not gonna avoid everything. Of course, anything's gonna happen, but people run away from home for a reason. People have this ideology like I'm gonna go get me a grown ass man at 13, 14 years old for a reason. It comes from somewhere. So if you like the video, make sure you share it, you like, you subscribe to the channel, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Have a good one. Peace.